Again today here at Jubilee headquarters, we are happy to receive leaders from Kisii. These are different individuals who ran for positions 2022, some 2017. They have come to be with us in Jubilee. Some were in Jubilee, wengine walikuwa Jubilee wakahamahama. And they wanted us to clarify a couple of things. One is how we intend to do our nominations come 2027. Two is whether we are getting into some zoning arrangement which really hurt us 2022. But what we have clarified to them is that Jubilee, we are going to be fielding candidates at every level, kila kona ya Kenya hii, Kisii included. We will have nominations at the primaries. It's not going to be like we did 2022, where some preferred, perhaps some people are given tickets without having gone through the nomination process. Three is that unlike before, or unlike 2022, when we did not have a presidential candidate, they wanted to know whether we have one now, and we have a candidate, and they also suggested the names of the candidates they would want to have within Jubilee. The name of Matiang'i again has featured among them. They have said that they would be happy if Kenyans would accept to have Matiang'i as a Jubilee presidential candidate. And they have also emphasized the need to ensure that we are working with other like-minded leaders who also believe that UDA has mismanaged the affairs of this country. And we will be reaching out, like we have said before, we'll continue reaching out to other leaders, because once we have a presidential candidate, he does not automatically become the opposition presidential candidate. Ni kukaa atakaa na wale wengine. Na mnajua tumekuwa tukitembea na Eugene Wamarwa, tumekuwa tukitembea na Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka. Rigathi is also doing some commendable work. Ile kazi anafanya ni watu siwajui ni akina nani wangeweza kufanya hiyo kazi, na so hata yeye tunataka akuja hapa. We have other people who have also been with us before. You may not have seen their faces in the recent past. People like Peter Munya are also interested. Mother Karua has declared. So the only way to manage ourselves going forward is a super alliance. And a super alliance where all people who are interested in bringing changes in this country agree to sit together. And then among them, they should be able to pick one. And that is the message that we are getting from every corner. Yesterday I was in Gatanga attending a burial, and you could hear people saying the same kind of thing. Why? Is because this government has completely failed Kenyans. Sometimes I imagine it's because when I look at the cries, ukiangalia ile uchungu watu wako nayo ya payslip, I imagine it's because some people have never held a payslip, and they are the ones running the country, and they think that payslip sasa imekuwa chaba ya kila mkora kufamia. When we were receiving payslips from the government, there was a rule that any deductions or any tax that you wanted to levy or you needed to levy on the payslip, it needed to be on the net. Leo hii, all taxes are being based on the gross. So we have people who are suffering taxes beyond 50%. So payslips in this country have been dated. Na naona kama I was actually asking myself this morning, William, has he ever been employed? Wacha hii mambo ya siasa tunacheza. Amefanya kazi kwa ofisi? Kwa hivyo hajaelewa mambo payslip ni nini. Na ndio unaona kila mtu akitaka kufamia payslip. We talked about education funding system. Again, that has collapsed. Now we have gone back to the old one. SHA thing has completely collapsed. As late as yesterday, it was not, you couldn't do anything at Kenyatta National Hospital with that thing. So that is also another thing that has collapsed. I expect him to take us back to NHIF in a minute. And these are things that we knew how we were managing them under Jubilee. And why we keep mentioning the name of Matiang'i is because when William decided to go and start campaigns, the person who was left deputizing or helping Uhuru was Fred Matiang'i. So he knows why we were doing Huduma number, what we were doing in the help, what it was we wanted to do with CBC. When we talked about all these thought projects across the country, he knows them. And we want a person who can help us make a U-turn day one. So while we want them in a room, we certainly want to tutapigia debe ule candidate wa chama chetu na wale wengine pia wapigie candidate wa chama chao, but we want to work together, all of us. And at the time to form coalition, I can assure you that coalition, super coalition, is not now. It's a little later in the game, because for now we want to grow our political parties so that then we can be able to negotiate with others. Kwa hivyo sitaki niseme mengi, but you can actually see many things. Look at now Haiti. Trump comes in, cancels that whole thing. Our young people are in Haiti. We do not know what they will be doing for 90 days when there is no funding coming, going their way. Why is it that we can't fund the HIV programs anymore in this country? We need the management of this country in the hands of a person we can trust and a person we have faith in. It is no longer a question of removing Ruto. By the way, Wakenya wenyewe wamekubali Ruto ataondoka. But once he is gone, how do we manage the country thereafter? And now what we are focusing on ourselves is who can help us manage the country after the mess that has been left by William Samoei Ruto. And we think that even as others prepare themselves, Matiang'i might be head and shoulders above them. Kwa hivyo, we had this team coming from Kisii, but we also have some other young people coming from Meru who also came here and are also interested in moving the party in Meru. All of them Gen Zs. This one, the oldest is 24 years old. The others are below that age. Na kuna yule anataka kusumama women lab Meru. This one wants to be a candidate of women lab Meru, and they are in the Gen Z level. Kwa hivyo tuko na hawa. We also have another team from Kisii. Like we said, we are heading to Kajiado next. We'll be going to Kisii. We have to go to Kisii. But having said that, I want to allow our deputy party leader here, Mheshimiwa Manji, to just say one or two things ili tuabishe watu wa Kisii. Mheshimiwa Manji.
Asante sana SG wa party. Basi kwa majina wale pengine hawanijui, mimi naitwa Joseph Manji, nimekuwa mbunge wa Kajiado North kwa muda mrefu, but I'm currently deputy party leader Jubilee. What I want to promise Jubilee members is that next election you will have a free and fair nomination. We are not going to make any other mistake like what we did previously. So if you wanted a party that will be free, neutral, is Jubilee. We know Jubilee did a lot when it was in the government. We know very well that started wrong way when Kibaki was the president. Then President Uhuru Kenyatta followed the same. But currently, we don't know where we are going. We don't have a vision for the country. So we want to put an administration that will follow the Vision 2030 of this country. That is why we thought the Jubilee government that did a lot is coming back. We know the current administration was not able to administer, and that is why currently we have a broad-based government. They ceased administering sometimes in July last year when Gen Zs took over, and the country is just surviving with a broad-based kind of an arrangement. So when we come back to government next term, we are going to retain parliamentary hygiene. That is, we'll have purely Jubilee ruling this country, as opposed to something that is amorphous, the way we are seeing it. So I want again to thank this team from Kisii. These are the former aspirants of Kisii. Some have been MCAs in that area, Kisii and Nyamira County, and they have come to pay courtesy at the Jubilee headquarters. So we are going to give you a free and fair nomination.
Wacha tusikie huyu kabla. He has been elected severally in Kisii na anajua mashida.